With your death, this nightmare will finally end.
I shall cast you into a pit of infinite torture.
Time has no meaning. Your fate will be
This city is nothing. What? Guilty? Oh, there's every horror. My wrath with fire. I cannot do this.
Hey everyone, Fire here. Today we're going to be exploring Strength Stacking Rage Vortex with the new Kaom's Spirit Unique Gloves. I'm just going to do a very quick rundown of the build rather than a very in-depth explanation, because I guess you guys could just go through the POB yourselves and ask me questions if you have anything that you're wondering. So the way the build basically works is that we stack Strength for Iron Fortress and Replica Alberon's Warpath, which is pretty standard, and then we convert the physical melee damage bonus to spell damage, and then via Battle Mage's Cry, we convert that back to generic attack damage. We're scaling Warcry cooldown effect and buff effect in order to make that conversion a lot stronger. We're using Red Blade Banner in order to make sure that Battle Mage's Cry is always working at 100%. We're using Paradoxica to just double all of this massive amount of flat damage that we're getting. We're using a Eyes of the Greatwolf amulet because the attributes are really good, and the 60% increased spell damage gives us over 120% attack damage. We're using this helmet, which is awakener slammed. Now, the only mod on this helmet that's really important is the 1% increased critical strike chance per 10 strength and the accuracy equal to your strength. It gives you the accuracy cap at about 200%. crit chance just pretty much for free because you're stacking strength, which is kind of pog. And then on top of that, we're running Berserker, and mainly because of this node. So Warbringer is just giving us 50% more attack damage pretty much at all times. The limitation here is that it only works on exoded attacks, but fortunately with Rage Vortex, we're not casting often enough really to run out of exoded attacks, unless you're spamming Leap Slam, which you shouldn't be, so that bonus is pretty much always active. We run some Warcry stuff over here. We run the only way we can get Chaos Explodes into the build over here, and then pretty much the rest of the tree is dedicated to life regen for these gloves. Now these gloves are just kind of like the life regen alternative to Chainbreaker, which functions off of mana regen. I think Chainbreaker is absolute dog shit right now. The nerf was way too hard. I think Chainbreaker is kind of useless. I would be very surprised to see people seriously running Chainbreaker. I think you'd only use Chainbreaker when you absolutely can't use these gloves. These gloves are fucking cracked for how much rage they give you. So that's pretty much it. Build is pretty self-explanatory beyond all of that. We're using Kalandra rings, a synth belt. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire build. And then also, when you are clearing, you probably want to use Awaken increased area of effect support, but swap it to added chaos damage support if you're doing bossing. So when I was one-shotting those bosses, I was using this gem with Berserk in order to just make sure that the first Rage Vortex I cast was pretty much enough to one-shot bosses. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. Overall, I'd probably rate this build like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I'm not very used to playing melee, I'm not used to having a character this tanky, and I'm not used to being able to one-shot bosses, but at the same time, I am used to being able to just clear maps all in, like a screen all in one go, and this character can't do that, so that feels a little uncomfortable to me. I very much wish I was playing a bow character right now, but I did say I was going to play some different stuff this league and try out some new concepts, so this is that. Yeah, it's kind of fun. If you're interested in playing it, I put the POB in the description below, but I really have to stress Rage Vortex is an acquired taste. It's not for everyone. As much as the showcase probably makes this skill look a little better than it is, you have to really keep in mind that this is not a skill you can spam. Once you cast your Rage Vortex, it has to count. Every single Rage Vortex cast has to count, because otherwise you're consuming too much rage and you are losing AoE and damage, and that's kind of a big problem. If everything goes well, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, so I'll be playing this on stream, and I have some science that I want to test on stream for a video in the coming days, so you can check that out then. But yeah, anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.